how obviously racist do we have to be? Or somebody says, wait, now, that's not right. I think it's not right. But, is there any line in the sand? Just tell me this.
Yeah. It's a what?
Any line in the sand when Trump asks you and your cohorts to do something, and it's one step too far. Is there one for you?
I think a violation of the Constitution.
Oh, that's been done.
Oh. How scary is that? The millions of Americans that support the president we have today don't support them because of reason, don't support him because of fact, don't support him because of logic. They don't support him because of anything in alignment with reality. They support him out of hate and disdain for you, if you are a black person, right? And once again, the fact that we have had 20 people come up here and vocalize their explicit hatred for black people, instead of giving one argument for why they support Trump, one reason, talking about the economy, talking about his policy, immigration, foreign affairs. No, it's just the N-word. So if you're a black person, if you're a brown person, if you're BIPOC, MAGA hates you.
Okay, just watch this. 5,000 Trump supporters ran to hide from the storm and ended up sheltering inside the African American History Museum. Think about that for a second. The same MAGA movement soaked in Christian nationalism, the same crowd that cheers on Patriot Front racists marching around D.C., the same people who shit on Black American history and push more institutional racism, they mock black communities every day. They deny racism even exists. Then the second their asses are in danger from the rain, where do they run? Straight to the African American Museum for shelter. It's pure hypocrisy. It's so not reciprocal. They spread so much hate toward Black Americans and then huddle under the actual banner of their history museum like it's nothing. This moment feels incredibly symbolic. These MAGA supporters expose their own contradictions in the most embarrassing way possible. What a perfect picture of the movement Donald Trump built.
There is absolutely nothing that MAGA folks won't blame on people of color. Not because folks of color are actually to blame for any of those things, but because it's all MAGA knows. If you're out of work, must be because an immigrant of color or a black person took your job. If your taxes are too high, it must be because of welfare payments going to those people. Never mind the contradiction of saying that they take all the jobs, but also take none of the jobs because they're too busy relying on welfare rather than working. It can't be both, guys. You got to pick a lane, right? Kid didn't get into the college you wanted? Well, must be because a person of color got preferential treatment and stole their slot, even though the Supreme Court has essentially ended race-based affirmative action. You can't afford a home? Well, it must be because immigrants are taking all the homes and driving up the cost. Forget for a minute that they're also the ones building most of the homes, thereby driving down the cost, but, whatever. Scared of crime? Well, it must be because black and brown folks and migrants are making the cities unsafe. Forget for a minute that crime has actually dropped, even as immigration has gone up, and immigrants have lower crime rates than American citizens, but, whatever. When the pandemic hit, oh yeah, that was the fault of Asians, people of color, and their open-air markets. When a door flew off a plane a couple years ago, Elon blamed it on a DEI program for pilots, and when a barge brought down a bridge in Baltimore, the right blamed it on the DEI mayor, which is just their new word for the N-word. To MAGA, white folks are never to blame for anything. Black and brown folks are to blame for everything. Why? Because MAGA is a racist cult. If your answer for every problem in America is people of color, you're a racist by definition. If your answer is Jews, you're a Nazi. And in either case, you deserve to be crushed utterly and without pity or mercy.
A Trump supporter just got caught on camera being racist to a Somalian couple in a Cinnabon in Wisconsin, and the video went so viral that she ended up getting fired. Just watch.
Visualizing your body makes you a better person.
Are you recording?
I'm gonna record you. Yes.
Do you want me to throw water on you? I am racist.
So idiot, for
and
real.
you are an idiot.
in here? Sakwa, look how you talking about ugliness?
But as I mentioned, that video went incredibly viral, getting millions of views on different platforms. So much so that Cinnabon responded saying, "We've seen the disturbing video from the Cinnabon in Wisconsin, and we don't condone this behavior." The former employee was immediately terminated by the franchise owner. Their actions do not reflect our values or the welcoming experience every guest deserves. Fired. F-A-F-O. Everything she said, everything she did in that video was just so disgusting. And now she's out of a job, facing the consequences of her actions. But maybe she can get a job in the Trump administration. I'm sure they'll take.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing great wherever you are watching us from. Let's be honest for a second. What we are seeing in some of these viral videos is bigger than one rude person having a bad day. When somebody feels comfortable looking another person in the face and openly say racist things, telling them they don't belong, or treating them like they are less human, we have to ask ourselves one simple question. What makes them feel so comfortable saying it out loud? Because words have consequences, but so does the environment that makes people believe there won't be any. And when political rhetoric become more hostile, some people take that as permission to bring their worst behavior into public. So let's talk about what's really happening here. Anyway guys, let's dive straight into the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. I'll be back with my commentaries.
That is a very disturbing video. You got a white guy in the face of a black woman on purpose because he's trying to be intimidating and to scare her, to try to make her cry, to try to make her feel inferior. Racism and hate. So whoever you are, I'm talking directly to you. You are a piece of trash. Because the reality is you just assaulted that innocent woman. And you did it, why? Because she's black? You're a disgrace to the United States of America. Again, you're a piece of trash. Because I tell you what, he wants to pretend that he's a badass. The only reason he's doing that is because Donald Trump became president, and he knows that Donald Trump is like him. He's this white dude that wants to be above everybody else. He wants to make everyone feel inferior. Let me tell you what this Latino's saying. You need a freaking kick in the balls, number one. Number two is you should be put in jail for assault. Number three, the entire world should put you on the internet and saying, you see this piece of trash? You see what he's doing? He's assaulting women. He's assaulting minorities. He doesn't like anyone who's not him. You're not a tough guy. You're just some piece of shit.
And here we have another self-proclaimed patriot proving that courage, apparently, means verbally abusing and challenging a black woman to a fight. Nothing says strength quite like picking a fight with a black woman. If this is what making America great again looks like, it's a pretty sad definition of greatness.
I said, excuse me.
Go back, wherever you're from.
I said, excuse me. Don't be rude.
You're the one that's rude.
No, I said, excuse me. I'm trying to buy something.
America.
So?
You're in America.
So what?
That's none of your business. Stay out of it.
I don't need to stay out of it.
I said, excuse me.
Enough for everybody to hear. Stop being ignorant.
A nigger's calling me ignorant.
Oh,
Yes.
my
all this
goodness.
Mexico and all that stuff.
Oh my goodness. You are very rude.
No, you're the one that's rude.
I said, excuse me, because I'm trying to grab my medicine.
You told me, you know what you told me.
Yes, I said, if you don't like it, I'm sorry.
Just go on. Just go on.
Whatever.
Get out of here.
No, I'm not gonna get out of here. No, I'm not. Because this is my country. Yes, this is my country. Oh yes, it is. Oh yes, it is. I don't care.
We don't want.
I don't care what you want or not.
We don't want you here. Leave me alone. No.
How rude. How rude.
Give her the.
No, ma'am.
Leave me alone.
This is inappropriate.
Thank you.
No, ma'am.
Tell her.
It's inappropriate.
What's this?
Sweet baby Jesus. Y'all, I was so disturbed when I saw this video. There was countless problems that I had with this video, from the fact that MAGA is so bold. All of the MAGA crew thinking that they're entitled to tell a person that they feel is not Caucasian, that they don't belong here. If y'all paid attention, not only did she insult what I am assuming is a lady of Mexican descent, and prevent her from getting her medication off that shelf, she proceeds to call that black woman up. Yo, don't you sometimes watch these things and be like, I wish a motherfucker would?
Why do you support Trump?
Because he's getting rid of all the illegal Mexicans.
Why do you specifically just want to get rid of people who are Mexican?
Because the Mexicans in Southern California are ruining this place.
No, they're not.
Yes, listen, you don't live here.
I do live in Southern
live
California. I live in Los Angeles. Mexicans here in Los Angeles make this city and county a significantly better area to live in.
Dirty.
No, you're a dirty piece. The fact that you just consider people who are Mexican dirty is a disgusting racist trope perpetuated by bigoted pieces such as yourself that don't actually base any of their positions on facts but instead emotions. You're the same type of people that tell us not to get vaccinated. Watch. Do you think the COVID vaccine was safe and effective?
It was not effective.
You see what I mean? You see what I mean? These are the people who don't believe in science. These are the people who don't believe in science. So their whole notion here of quote unquote dirty is simply them just being a bigoted racist people, and actually not a description of actual reality, because they don't believe in science. They don't believe in facts. He's a tinfoil hat, bigoted, snowflake, triggered idiot.
I really genuinely believe that if you triple Trumped, then you are all about preserving the lack of culture in white America that has led us to where people go and Bible thump with their AR-15s. Like, that's the only thing that I see when you get all white people together in the United States. There's no culture at all. So they have to go borrow culture from people. Even the word woke, they've borrowed from black culture. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel. Quit watching NBA basketball. Quit watching sports that are dominated by African Americans. Quit going to Mexican restaurants. You want white culture, you go fucking live in it. But do not participate in any of the shit that makes America cool. And what makes America cool is multiculturalism. And if you want to triple Trump, and you want to browbeat DEI, and you want to browbeat gay people, and you want to browbeat black people, as you've been doing for 400 years, and you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes, you want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit, when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom cock piece of shit, Kankles McTaco tits at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is multiculturalism. Get your fat asses out of the Mexican restaurant. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, because nobody wants to see your fucking smug ass, teeny weeny, pink arm, big gut around. Nobody wants to see that shit. No.
I have no doubt in my mind that the map's gonna pass. If y'all can give us less than 0 seats, you would do it. Y'all do this under the orders of somebody that said the Civil Rights Act was harmful to white people, that it caused reverse racism. RFK said that black children are overfilled on antidepressants and that they need to be reparented on different forms. All of them. Pete Hegseth constantly brings Doug Wilson to the Pentagon to give a prayer service. Doug Wilson is the same pastor that said that slave owners were on strong spiritual ground. I don't have no belief in no morality on anybody that followed Donald Trump. If you wasn't with this map, you wouldn't be underneath this president. You wouldn't be in your party. You would stand up, you would stand against it, you would speak out about it. So as far as I'm concerned, if you here as one one of these Trump Republicans, you already showed us who you are. You showed us what you want to do. And I believe the country as a whole is rebuking your party. Y'all are in a death spiral. That's why y'all have to redistrict. That's why y'all have to cheat. That's why Trump got to go to Texas and say he entitled to 5 more seats. It's because y'all know what y'all doing is abhorrent. But the beautiful thing is, the children that y'all have made and the people that's younger than y'all don't support none of this racism that y'all want. The MAGA party is the last breath of the Confederacy. And I'll be happy to see millennials and Gen Z bury y'all. There will be no more of your party. The midterms gonna come, y'all gonna get wiped out. Trump gonna get dragged out of the White House, and I'm gonna love every second of it.
The rest of us in America don't want you guys here. Ryan, we've added the community, you moocher. You don't have a job. You're living off the system. These Somali people don't have to pay for you all the time, do they? Why are you mooching off your Somali neighbors? You don't have a job. You don't work, you lazy bum. Why don't you work?
First of all, much respect to Cardinal Glass Industries for finding out that this dude is out here being racist and deciding he doesn't represent our company, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of his ass. And by all means, racist, listen, don't listen to me. Continue being racist in front of cameras. Like, don't allow me to stop you from standing 10 toes down on your racism. If you're out there calling people racial epithets, or you're out there criticizing people for the way they look or whatever, their lifestyle's different from yours, and someone pulls out a camera phone, by all means, stand on your morals. Be bold with your racism and your homophobia and your misogyny and your hate and bigotry. Be bold with it. We want to know who you are. Please, by all means, keep outing yourselves. Now, I haven't heard about an actual GoFundMe going up or a Give Send Go going up for this couple yet, but I'm sure it's coming, because I got on X today and there are a bunch of MAGAs out there who are like, yo, patriots, can we help this couple out? Can we get them a job? Is anybody out in the Minnesota area can hire this patriot? Like, it's so crazy how easy it is to become popular in the MAGA movement. All you gotta do to be popular in the MAGA movement is go publicly as a racist, be outed publicly as a racist, and then get a Give Send Go up out there and watch how fast they sprint to donate to that cause.
Welcome back, guys. You have probably seen some of these viral videos where somebody is caught on camera saying something incredibly racist, harassing a stranger, or telling somebody that they don't belong in this country. And every time one of these videos goes viral, people ask the same question: how can somebody actually behave like this in public? And honestly, that's the part that bothers me the most, because racism has always existed. We know that, but what social media has done is to give us a front row seat to behavior that many people used to hide. Take some of these incidents where people are openly confronting minorities in stores, parking lots, restaurants, or on the street. You have somebody minding their own business and suddenly another person approach them with this attitude of, you don't belong here. Think about how crazy that is. You don't know this person, you don't know their story, you don't know whether they were born here, whether they have lived here for decades, or whether they are a citizen. But you have already decided that they don't belong here simply because of how they look. And then you have incidents like the woman caught on camera proudly declaring that she's a racist. That moment was shocking because she wasn't even trying to hide it. She said it publicly, knowing there were cameras around. And that's what makes me ask a bigger question. What happens to the shame? There was a time when openly admitting that you were a racist could destroy your reputation. Now, some people seem to wear it like a badge of honor, and I don't think we can separate that completely from the political environment we are living in. Politics doesn't just change laws. Politics can change culture. When public figures constantly use language that divides people into real America and everybody else, when immigrants are constantly portrayed as threats, when minorities are blamed for Americans' problem, some people eventually start believing that hostility towards those groups is normal. And I'm not saying every person who supports a particular political movement is racist. That's not the argument. The argument is that the rhetoric has consequences. If you spend years telling people that certain groups are dangerous, inferior, invading the country, or destroying society, don't be surprised when somebody eventually takes the message into the real world. And that's why these viral videos matters, because behind every viral clip is a real person. Imagine going to work, going to shopping, taking a walk, or simply living your life, and somebody decide they have the right to humiliate you because of your race or where they think you came from. That's not political debate anymore. That's somebody trying to make another human being feel like they don't belong. And here's the part I think we sometimes forget. You don't have to agree politically with someone to treat them like a human being. That's basic. We can disagree about immigration. We can disagree about Trump. We can disagree about DEI. We can disagree about economy. We can disagree about almost anything. But the moment disagreement turns into racial harassment, we have crossed a completely different line. And thankfully, in several of these viral video cases, employers actually took action after seeing what happened. That sends an important message. You are allowed to be angry. You are allowed to disagree, but you don't get a free pass to publicly disgrade someone because of their race. At the end of the day, I'm less interested in whether someone identifies as MAGA, Democrat, independent, conservative, or anything else. I'm interested in what kind of society we are creating, because political movements can come and go, presidents can come and go, but the way we treat each other, that becomes the part of the culture we leave behind. And if we reach a point where people feel proud and publicly humiliate others because of their race, that's something all of us should be concerned about. Anyway, guys, what do you think about this video? Drop your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in my next video. For now, peace.